Sometimes all we want is to have a quick weekend vacation to relax and escape from the hassle life that we used to. Whether we want it to be on our own or with our family. But for me, the more the merrier. So I plan to take a deep breath and feel the presence of the past with my family in the historical place of Corregidor Island, the last standing battleground during the Phil-American-Japanese War. This is perfect for families, history, and culture layovers. So what are you waiting for? Come with us and have a happy joyride ahead. So where really is Corregidor Island? Corregidor is one of the most historically important places in the Philippines. This tadpole-shaped island played a key role in World War II thanks to its location just 48 kilometers from Manila, right at the entry to Manila Bay in southwestern part of Luzon. The bombarded buildings remain untouched and the whole island is considered a national monument in honor of the fallen soldiers of the three armies which battled over it during the war. Because of its historic value and close proximity to Manila, visiting Corregidor is a good option for foreign or local tourists who want to go on a day trip or stay overnight. To begin with my 3 days historic vacation at Corregidor, here is the wrap. For our budget, my family allotted an approximate 30,000 pesos for our quick vacation encompassing all of our expenses. Before going to our planned destination, we need to first consider what to bring. For our necessary documents, we will need a negative COVID-19 test result or medical certificate issued by our local health center or any doctor. We will also have to accomplish a health declaration and contact tracing form at the ferry terminal. So in compliance with the government guidelines on the resumption of tourism-related activities and to ensure that we can safely visit the historical island of Corregidor, we considered the following procedures in our new normal setup, the Corregidor Island's Safety Travel Protocol that conforms to the minimum public health standards. We also need to have a prior reservation at this email and must present valid issued ID or alien certificate of registration upon check-in. Based on typical climate and weather in Corregidor Island, the best time to go is February, that is extremely warm and dry with little rain, which is better to avoid bad weather. Temperatures tend to hover around 80 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, while at night they can dip into 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity is generally between 60 and 70% during the day. In terms of precipitation, it is expected to rain sometimes, so here are the things that we need to bring: clothes, footwear, health, safety and security, comfort, and essentials. Alas, after preparing all of our baggages, the trip is on. So how to get there? The number of visitors is limited at the moment. While the tour is open to visitors aged 16 to 65, travelers under 16 or over 65 will have to sign a waiver. In our case, we are a family of 4, so basically this is a family quick vacation. On our day 1 of the trip, here is our mode of transportation from Isabela to Manila. After arriving at Sampaloc, Manila, of course we need to answer the call of our tummy, so we have to stop at a restaurant called Ilustrado Restaurant. After our stopover and quick lunch, we need to go straight to our main purpose, which is the Corregidor Island. So we took a bus from Manila to Cavite. Contrary to popular beliefs, Corregidor Island is in Cavite, not in Bataan. Because the place is near the province of Bataan, but it is under the jurisdiction of City of Cavite in the province of Cavite. There is no regular public transportation that services the island from Metro Manila, and the only way to go there are through the private ferry boats that Corregidor tour operators use in the island, and the travel time is about an hour long. So our starting point is to ride LRT1 from Roosevelt Balintawak or Monumento to Buendia, Senator Hilpuyat Avenue, ride multicab going to SM Mall of Asia, get off when we reach 1 Esplanade and walk going to Esplanade Seaside Terminal. According to my researches, the easiest way to get to the island is through the ferry ride from Esplanade Seaside near SM Mall of Asia. So we take the Sun Cruises ferry from Manila to Corregidor. There's only one trip daily to and from the island, so reservations are required before our trip to ensure we have seats. The island is about an hour and 15 minutes away by ferry from the port. After arriving at Corregidor, we need to first find a place to stay for the rest of our vacation, and the Corregidor Inn will be the most budget-friendly and eye-appealing among the restaurants available at the island. Unlike most tourist destinations in the Philippines, the lodgings and accommodations in Corregidor Island is very limited. So very limited that they only have 5 of them. Corregidor Inn is the most decent of the bunch, while MacArthur Cafe and Pirates Cove are more for those who are on a tight budget. The hotel has a lot of historic significance as it was the last station of the Japanese resistance on the island when it was taken back by the Americans. At Corregidor Inn, we rented room rate with double space with extra bed for additional 3,600 considering that we are 4 in the family. Corregidor isn't really known for its food places. Beside the restaurant inside Corregidor Inn, the small carinderia at the MacArthur Cafe, and an open-air cafe at Pirates Cove near the South Beach, there are virtually no other places to eat out in the island. And although 2 of those places are so-called cafes, it is not the same as any of Starbucks. So we ended our first day at Corregidor Inn, and we are now ready for our day 2. After our first day of long but enjoyable travel from Isabela to Corregidor, this is now our day 2 and it will going to be fun and historical tour. The historical walking tour costs 1,800 pesos per person and includes the round-trip ferry fee, islands entrance fee, and guide fee. It doesn't include lunch, so we can either pay for it separately or bring our own. So we should be moderately fit for this tour as it does require a lot of walking.
These are the historic locations for our morning tour. The Lorcha Dock, the Manuel Quezon, Sergio Osmeña and the Filipino Urban Park, the Filipino Heroes Memorial, Japanese Garden of Peace, and Malinta Tunnel and Sound Show.
After a half day of historical tour, of course we will not forget to fill our tummies at the La Playa restaurant for a lunch.
For our next destination is the Middleside Barracks, Battery Way, Battery Hearn, Battery Grubs, Mailong Barracks, Pacific War Memorial, and the Spanish Lighthouse.
To further enjoy our trip, we opted Corregidor Night Tour as a continuation for those who are staying overnight,
including sunset at Battery Grubs, the Old Hospital, and the Malinta Tunnel Night Lateral Tour. After our whole day historical tour, we immediately went back at our room at Corregidor Inn for our family dinner.
For our day 3 and the last day of our vacation, we had a breakfast at La Playa restaurant.
And then enjoy the day with sunrise at the Eternal Flame of Freedom. Forest walk to the Japanese Tunnel. Visit San Jose Chapel, and finally swim at South Beach and ride a kayak before our lunch. And here are the other optional activities.
For more convenience, we will take a lunch another at La Playa restaurant. After our lunch, we walk around and avail the ATV or swim at the Corregidor in pool as our last activity as we end our day at Corregidor Island. Of course, we will not end our vacation trip without buying some pasalubong and souvenirs, so we stop at MacArthur Cafe and Souvenir Shop. Finally, we check out and depart to Manila. As for the schedule, Corregidor Island tours are only on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Getting back to Manila takes place once a day at 3 p.m. and boarding time is 2:30 in Corregidor. For our exit route, we decided to take the route of Corregidor to Manila route through the ferry ride Sun Cruises because it is the primary transport service provider of the island. So my family decided to have the ferries of Sun Cruises out and going to Manila. The terminal is situated as Esplanade Seaside. After arriving to Manila, we decided to travel through the train going to Pasay and direct to an airport. From Kawayan Airport, I guess this is now going back to normal. So from Kawayan, we headed to SM Kawayan San Mariano Bus Terminal and we will happily arrive at home bringing the joys that Corregidor had offered to us.
Truly, history is nothing if not an epic tale of missed adventures. With this historical family tour, it is worth to say that it is really good to have a go.